Alright, peace, Chelsea. So, welcome. This is going to be your mini reading. So, I do the mini readings the same as I do them with everyone, I do offer different other types of readings, of course, and we'll talk about that. But, yeah, this is going to be your mini reading, if what I'm saying. Alright, so without further ado, let's definitely jump into it. First things first, right? Your sun. You have your sun. So you're not a Leo. Your sun is in Virgo, and if you didn't know, it's within the decan of experience. You feel what I'm saying? The decan of experience, and so your sun is within the decan of experience, and this decan is also signified within the constellation by the within the stars by the constellation Hercules. You feel what I'm saying? This decan of Virgo, being the decan of experience, entails that the individuals born here their lives are going to be filled with a variety of experience. You feel what I'm saying? And their job is to assimilate those experiences and extract from those experiences as much wisdom as they possibly can. You feel what I'm saying? So you may know this, but the Virgo rules like the digestive system. You feel what I'm saying? And so what I just said right there is technically you doing what Virgo does, but with life experiences. You feel what I'm saying? And the digestive system, as you may know, is all about taking in what's good and allowing what's bad to be released and to let go. You feel what I'm saying? And so Virgo, well, not Virgo, but the first house, right? Because you have your sun in Virgo in the first house. The first house is a house of Aries. You feel what I'm saying? And so when the sun is in the first house, it does pretty well here. The individual's self-esteem is like it boosted, we can say. But I gotta look at the aspects as well, because for me to be confident about what I'm saying, I gotta look at the aspects too. Yeah, 100%, 100%, like there is this, yeah, for sure. There is this great sense of like self-awareness and self-understanding, and there even could be like this comfortability with who you are as an individual, right? It's like you also have Saturn like trining your sun, which blends the energies of discipline, structure, like, yeah, discipline and structure, because ultimately what Saturn is, like your ability to get out into the world and work with time and allow yourself to be harmonious with the necessary steps you need to take in order for you to acquire goals. You feel what I'm saying? Like when the sun trines Saturn, it produces this harmonious energy upon individuals with this aspect where they're like naturally disciplined, and they have an ability to constructively channel their will. They channel their will constructively rather than not being able to do so. You feel what I'm saying? But so yeah, there is a beautiful energy here, and so with this energy, it's like you most definitely should utilize and allow your will to be that channel in which you allow yourself to succeed. Hold on, sorry, my mind is like kind of all over the place right now. But anyways, let me go back into Virgo. Yeah, I think what it is I wasn't really ready for this chart, because I wasn't ready for your chart, to be honest. But I'm gonna keep flowing. I'm gonna keep flowing with it. So your sun is in Virgo, and so within the Virgo energy, there is a great sense of analyzation, and so with the sun being in Virgo in the first house, what you need to pay attention to is your self-criticism and your over analyzation and criticization of yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Like with the sun being in Virgo in the first house, Virgo's tendency to want to analyze and like break things down, it's not so much that they're doing it in the outward world, but it's more so that they're doing it with themselves and their personal lives. You feel what I'm saying? And so what happens here is it's of great importance for you to learn to get rid of destructive criticism and replace it with constructive criticism. And so destructive criticism, it's good for nothing, because at the end of the day, we do what we can with what we have to the fullest of our abilities. And so we try, but then as Virgos, we go back and we're like, oof, I could have done better, because we're perfectionists. And we aren't paying attention at the fact that we're not paying attention to the bigger picture and the fact that we just produced this beautiful work. But we're looking at the nitty gritty details of, fuck, look at that line right there, or fuck, look at this or that, you feel me? When in reality, the whole picture is amazing, but then you're so focused on the little picture that it's like what happens is you fail to reinforce within you a conviction in your ability, because you're looking at how shitty your ability is rather than understanding that you're doing the best that you can. And so don't do negative criticism where it's like you're just criticizing yourself and you're burning all that you worked for, but rather do constructive criticism where it's like you acknowledge and understand the beauty of your work and the fact that most people may not even be able to do the things that you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? But also allow yourself to give yourself space to be able to develop and grow. Like Virgo is a sign that deals with service, right? So it's of great importance for you to channel your energies towards servicing and helping others. You feel what I'm saying? And so also with the sun being in Virgo in the first house, this can be an indication. And then you also have like Saturn trining your sun. This all can indicate an individual who has great health abilities. Like your health may be one of your greatest assets. You feel me? You may be an individual in of yourself who is very much inclined towards natural ways of healing. You feel what I'm saying? And those are one of the ways that you may be able to assist and help others. It's like Virgo deals with health, but the first house also deals with your health. And so when the sign of health is within the one of the houses of health, like the sixth house deals with the health, but the first house also deals with the health, because your health is very entangled with your personal life. You feel what I'm saying? Personally, you feel like trash when you're not healthy. So I guess another channel of communication I can take is the fact that it's of importance that you in of yourself have some sort of health routine. You feel what I'm saying? But just having some routine in general, period, is going to be of great assistance to you. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, you have a very powerful will, and whatever it is that you put your mind to, you feel me? And whatever it is that you put your mind to, you can pretty much do with you having your sun in the first house. It's very powerful potent energies, but it's also of great importance for you to strengthen your abilities to formulate plans. You feel me? Virgo is all about analyzing, breaking things down and putting them together. You feel me? So 100% being in a plane where you are very practical about your actions, but also being in a plane where you're aware that within your pursuit of your ambitions, there are going to be a variety of experiences that you are going to attract to yourself, and that you shouldn't push yourself away. You shouldn't push these experiences away or become frustrated with these experiences, but rather have the understanding that you are attracting said experiences because through these experiences you will acquire a necessary peace for your success. You know what I'm saying? It's like Hercules, right? Because like I said earlier, this deacon which you have your sun in is within the Hercules constellation. So Hercules, under his mentor was instructed to do a variety of different things, and as he did these different things, he may not have understood why he was doing it, but at the end he was successful and prosperous. And so with that being said, you have to understand that Virgo is both the sign of labor, but it's also the sign of harvest. With labor, not labor, but Virgo helps us understand that without labor there can be no harvest. You feel what I'm saying? um but yeah, so that's that. Now you can even get into like your moon, which is in your moon is in, where is your moon? Your moon is in Aquarius, and I wonder what house is in. That's a good question. Let me check. It's in the 6th house, I remember. Yeah, so your moon is in the 6th house. So what's of great importance is work. Work. Employment is something that you greatly focus and bring a lot of your attention towards. You feel me? And Virgo is the sign of work. The 6th house is the house of work, the house of Virgo. And so with all that being said, and then you have it in Aquarius. So first and foremost, you should know that the moon deals with the common people, meaning people that are like just the day to day. You feel what I'm saying? So the moon being in the 6th house, it is an indicator that, sheesh. I mean, at the same time, your sun is pretty prominent too. So but it's like one way or another, it's safe to say that you need to be servicing and helping humanity. And with your moon being in the 6th house, employment and having work is one of the ways in which you attain emotional comfortability and emotional security. You feel what I'm saying? So, and like Aquarius, see, Aquarius, it's like those work, like you would merge and mash, you would merge and mesh harmoniously with works that deal with the internet, online work. And it's like, because we're going deeper and deeper into the digital age, and because we have like artificial intelligence, which is eventually gonna take all of those labor orientated jobs that we don't need our minds to use, there's going to be more and more a manifestation of online jobs. You feel what I'm saying? But just in general, with you having your sun in the 6th, your moon in the 6th house, my bad, Aquarius in the 6th house, you should be working on the internet. You feel me? And producing some sort of like awareness on the internet as well. And so the moon, as you may know, it does deal with the home, and so beyond just dealing with common people, and like not even dealing with common people, but it is the common people. So like the sun deals with the leaders, and the sun more so highlights entrepreneurship. And with you having your sun in the 1st house, you do have that vitality and energy 100% to become an entrepreneur. But it's like with your moon being in the 6th house, there is a continual reaction and response to like work and employment and servicing others, and beyond just work and employment, like your health, your routines, and your patterns. And it's like you attain emotional comfortability and security when you're operating from a routine and pattern as well. And it's also important that you allow yourself to have a social group, which you can engage with, and like possibly like the most harmonious way of your satisfying your social needs, maybe through your work, and maybe through your employees, co-workers. Yeah, that's the word, co-workers. You know what I'm saying? Because the moon deals with emotional nourishment. Aquarius deals with the social groups, you feel me, and socializing. And the 6th house deals with the work life, you feel me. And so put them all together, and it highlights that there is a great significance in finding your people at work. You feel what I'm saying? Like that can really bring great emotional security. And hold on, I'm thinking right now. But with the moon being in Aquarius, there can be trouble with emotions. And then with the moon being in the 6th house, there can be an over-analyzation of emotions and an over-criticism of the self. And this is already seen within the sun in Virgo, but with the moon in the 6th house, this expands that energy, you feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it's important that you and of yourself, like what I said earlier with learning to be constructive with your criticism rather than destructive with your criticism. It's like anytime you engage in destructive criticism, you set yourself back like 2-3 steps behind. And that's why you don't even want to engage in criticism. You feel what I'm saying? Because the saying, where energy goes, the saying, where attention goes, energy flows, is so real and so true. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me look at like 1 or 2 more things for you. Sheesh. And then like you have Mercury opposing your sun, and Mercury is in the 12th house. God fucking damn, like that's crazy. So it's like, see, the moon, my bad, Mercury opposing your moon, not your sun. So the moon, it deals with the emotional mind, so we can say the right brain. But then this Mercury deals with the rational mind, the left brain. And so within this opposition, there is a need for you to learn how to merge your logic and your emotions. You feel what I'm saying? And so like maybe getting into writing and etc. and etc. etc. You feel what I'm saying? It's like Mercury being in the 12th house indicates that your intellectual processes are greatly influenced by fantasy thinking, by your emotions, by imagination. You feel what I'm saying? Things like that. And then with it being in Leo, your means of thinking is also greatly influenced by like your identity and how you see yourself and think of yourself, because that's what Leo is. It's fixed fire. Fire is like the image, and in this case it's fixed. You feel what I'm saying? So you even may be more of a visual thinker, more about the imagination. You feel what I'm saying? Things like that. But that's beside the point though. With Mercury opposing the moon, you have to find ways in which you learn to balance that energy of just being in your emotions and disregarding thoughts, or being holistically intellectual and not caring about your emotions and nourishing yourself emotionally. Because the way that the opposition plays out is that it plays out as compromise. And so in this case, with the moon and Mercury, there can be a compromise to the moon, your emotions, when you're intellectual, or vice versa. There can be a compromise with your intellect when you're emotional, and there may not be a blend between the two. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, what you should do here is learn to get into states where like meditation, but I don't even need to speak meditation. It's like, what you need to do is learn to allow your emotions to come to the surface. So when you find yourself feeling your emotions and being in your emotions, rather than analyzing them and criticizing them, just allow yourself to observe them and get out of the way, and doing so allows you to bring them to the mind, to the conscious mind. And once that's the case, then you can use Mercury, you feel me, to analyze the emotion. But it goes a lot deeper than that. You feel what I'm saying? Like I can't really get into this right now with this mini reading, but it's a lot. You feel me? And I would say that's pretty much what I'll be covering in this mini reading of yours. And so, if you are interested, you feel me, in getting deeper insight and diving deeper into your chart, you feel what I'm saying, then I'd be more than happy to help you. Analyze and decode your birth chart, and I only charge, $30 for the reading. You feel what I'm saying? So it's very, very reasonable. And also, when it comes to astrology and career, love, and finances, it's not like tarot, where I pull cards, but it's like I would have to first do some research, and look at where the planets are, where the transits right now are, what your progressed energies are. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's like hella work. You feel what I'm saying? So I do not do that for free. You feel what I'm saying? And so, but if you're interested, I would be more than happy to help you with that too. But that's a whole separate reading from the natal chart reading, which I only charge $30 per session. That is, You know, I work with sessions in which I help people break down their charts, and it's a deep, like, rich understanding of the energies there. And there's also advice given, you feel me, because I work with mental alchemy as well. But anyways, this has been your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you took something from it. And please do me a favor, this YouTube you're watching on, it's my YouTube, definitely subscribe. I'd appreciate that. Alright, peace.